first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Get it!
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to roam now. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A huge play there right off the bat. 45 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Adams the man in motion right. Right back to him on first down. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The Raiders at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Ready, ready.
On second down now, it's McLaughlin. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Picking up where they left off the 40 open week that they had last week as they won going into that. And no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this. Because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kicks away.
I mean, even if it's a question, right?
Deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Just know this. Everything y'all got going on, red or blue, was started by us. How about that?
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn on the film, just be you, enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And not much there, maybe a yard up to 24.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop up with the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man that's lost complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The defense, they work full on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
Let me take you someplace else.
Definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running, trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered.
Everybody in the United States
come up with a nice play.
leaving the country.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 101 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And it is still early, just the first quarter, but you start correlating the numbers.
So he heard me talking.
I mean, that last run puts him over
I'm gonna let
100
him
yards
tell me
already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Definitely not started by the
They'll keep it on the
OBGs.
ground.
OBGs, let me tell you what the OBGs, my daddy's
on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Listen, okay, then tell me the history of OBG where it comes from. Because OBGs got Crips, if you know the truth. No. Definitely not. Right?
It's McLaughlin.
OBGs is this, people like Rockstar, you can identify. Right? Out in the valley, wasn't no motherfucking Crip. It was hustlers going on, and these hustlers all had one thing in common from day one, Rockstar. They would flow ride.
On first down.
Right? So, original Valley Gangster was started to separate nigga get from Chatsworth, we from Northridge, we from the ghetto, the valley.
And leads to second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that
any
carry.
type of organization in Pacoima was OBGs, which is my brothers, my uncle, my daddies, and so on and so forth. My daddy, that's right now, when he walks in the prison door, he gonna tell you from OBG, original Valley Gangster. If the Crip, one gangster else, nigga, we from Pacoima. That's all that was. Right? Boom. Now, where PPB comes from, if you want to know, think about rules with blood at the end of it, little dude. It's because originally, here's more rules versus the projects, Rockstar. Right? My homeboy Big Capone, one of my G homies, when he started going to juvenile home, right? And the Crips saw him write PPB on shit, right? The Crips from LA, you know what they thought it was? What? When you come home, what else you thinking it? They from LA. Oh, you from Paru, you right? He didn't like the way they were sweating him, so he just took off and started squabbling with him.
This will be
right?
out from the
This
middle of the end
tell you how it
zone.
started, right? Yeah.
And
This is why you never
probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
They started my hood. Right?
Colts
So
come
in
to the
Silmar
line, ready to
Juvenile
start their
Hall,
next
my
drive.
homie Big Capone,
Well, partner,
right?
coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and they were trying to duplicate that success here.
It's rare for those moments to happen.
And when they sweated him, because he didn't want to feel like he was bowing down, he said, fuck it, and drove with it. And he run his
This is going
legs
to be
to
a
the
Colts
streets.
first down as he'll
Right?
take this
By the
forward
time
to
he
the
come home,
27.
it's about 12 of them little niggas. And that's what they got. Right? Okay, on the flip side, you had the squads coming out there. There was a little clique of niggas out there hustling. Squads from LA called themselves Valley Squad, which was a total different entity. So now you had OBGs, which was hustlers. They always had dope, low riders. My daddy, that's 70-something years old, is an OBG. There's no Valley Gangsters separated Pacoima from the rest of the valley. Ain't no only projects in the valley is in I said something, right? PPB, right, was originally Pierce Park boys, found out as Pierce Park, which is the motherfucking projects out there. That's where that come from. Valley Swan came from the Kingsberries, who came out there, and all they found was some LA Swans and shit like that. So, about 1993 or 94, it was a nigga named, what's his nigga name? I forget his name. He was from OVG, Bush Gossip. It's a dude named Bush Gossip, right? All smaller nigga
So
from
second and
OVG,
long, and got to be careful
right?
not to fall out of
He
field goal range.
had the cook game, right? You know what I'm saying? He had the cook game. So there's a nigga named Dean
They'll look to throw.
from OVG. All these niggas is OVG.
He hits Adams complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run on first down. McLaughlin. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second down now, it's McLaughlin, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
For the OVGs.
I'm in the second quarter.
So quite naturally, when they figured out what Dean did, all the OVGs turned on it.
All right, what's up?
When they get picked up and go to jail for the murder, right? Ain't none of the OVGs.
Hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Carlson able to put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CB, do you see an avenue where they can still... Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you throw a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
On first down, McLaughlin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and 11. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw. Little. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have got it back to within a score. And oh, it's blocked. Oh, the Raiders have it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Now, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
Now, this will be a return from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Adams, the man in motion left. On second down, it's McLaughlin. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. This offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now a dump off here complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Little. Look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Raiders have regained the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. 19 running straight ahead, Taylor. At 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on 1st down. Little. He's got him in. Complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. And that last penalty makes this 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Go street. 18, Pioneer.
He'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Rig alert, rig alert. Hey.
They'll look to throw again. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Colts 34, Raiders 26.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go,
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the locker. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, it's such a high-stakes scenario. Everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Little. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
41, Raiders 26.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd down now, it's McLaughlin. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
18. Mustang 19. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
On 3rd down, McLaughlin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And some room to work. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 50 yards. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Raiders 26. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's McLaughlin. And some room to maneuver. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one. If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And some space here. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They run once more with Taylor. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell from 21 yards away. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this home. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 15-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Let's go now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeForest Buckner collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built up the efforts of this defense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Colts will take over here at their own 12-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
At the 17-yard line.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they do finally get him at the 12.
I'm in the 4th quarter.
A big gain there on 3rd and long. 67 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Again, it's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 12-yard touchdown run. look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On second down, it's Taylor. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The kick by Fairbairn is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept away, and boom, over the crossbar.
Ready?
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 181 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
On 2nd down, Cameron 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll drop to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now